The eternal form chose the spot where he could meet his soul and named it Lizori, and hid it to reveal it to intimates who recognize their souls. White village, stones cleaned by bread, paths of the wind, when the old man rests his discerning eyes, the soul is returning and becomes Lizori. Lizori. It's a medieval village located in one of the most beautiful places in Umbria, between Spoleto and Assisi. Lizori is found at the upper part of Pisignano, a district of Campello su Clituno, named after the pools of Janus, or the double-faced god that lived in this area according to ancient legend. Lizori lies comfortably in the embrace of Mount Reviglioso, which towers over the valley around Spoleto, one of the most enchanting of this land. Its official name is Borgo San Benedetto, a name given to it by the monks of Sassovivo Abbey, who here erected a church in honor of Benedetto da Norcia. Today, everybody calls it by the name given to it by Professor Antonio Meneghetti in 1976, Lizori. Lizori looks out onto one of the Umbrian valleys that is so busy with events, and where saints, poets, and valerius military leaders stop to admire it, praise it, or risk their limbs after victorious battles. The village was founded before Rome. The history of the area surrounding the castle has been very rich, ever since the Roman era as a setting of important human and religious settlements. The whole area was of great significance during the imperial age and was frequented by famous people who wrote of it, such as Virgil, Propertius, Pliny the Younger, Juvenal, and Emperor Caligula. Caius Marius Sylla had a large tower built here in the 2nd century, which afterwards proved to be of considerable military importance. The Lombards too spent a long time in these lands, when Theodolapius became Duke of Spoleto in 602. He was in power for 50 years, during which he had long peaceful periods, which was strange for a Lombard duke. In 1151, Emperor Frederick I, Redbeard, had his troops camp at the foot of Lizori to allow them to rest before the battle against Spoleto. In memory of him, this place is still called Emperor Camp. Today, Camisena restaurant overlooks that camp. Camisena was the nymph mentioned by Giosuè Carducci in one of his best odes dedicated to the Clituno spring. Long blue naiads emerged in flowing veils, and in the quiet evening called high the dark sisters from the mountains. And dances under the coming moon they did direct, pleased to sing again as one the story of eternal Janus, overcome by love for Camisena. The legend says Camisena was united with the god Janus in the spring waters of the Clituno River, and the fruits of their love were the Italic peoples. Evidence of the worship of this divinity can still be seen today, the small temple of Clituno. Even the charismatic emperor, Friedrich II, stayed at the castle of Lizori twice. This confirms the fact that German emperors used to use it as a resting place on their way to Rome. There are also accounts that St. Francis, when returning from the capital, made the following comment regarding the land which Lizori faces.
Nihil iucundus vidi valle mea spoletana.
I've seen nothing more beautiful than my valley around Spoleto. Lord Byron also shared this love. After having gone through this area, he wrote, "Pass not unblessed the genius of the place." In 1030, The little urban settlement from which the Castle of Pisignano would later arise underwent a radical transformation when Conrad II Il Salico granted the feudal holding of Mount Rivaglioso to his faithful Baron Sancho, who was the ancestor of the Sansa family that a few centuries later would also count among its ranks the famous Raphael from Urbino. The Lizori project started in 1976.
Quando scoprì questo cumulo di ruderi mi suscitò e soprattutto mi stimolò a una ricerca di un'architettura del passato. Lizori riunisce una storia più di 2000 anni nelle sue infinite vicende. Quando la riscoprì tra ortiche, abbandoni, sembrava una vecchia casa abbandonata anche dagli spiriti. Però quando la impattai sentii che aveva un'anima, aveva qualcosa da comunicare.
In Italy, Lizori is a rare example of the three-cornered slope castle that has been perfectly preserved. Italy is so rich in medieval villages, and their construction and working conditions are so precarious and run down that sadly the cheapest solution is to let them tumble down completely. When Professor Meneghetti chose Lizori, this one was a heap of rubble, completely and totally abandoned, foreign-owned. 70% of it was ruins, nettles, mice, sold because it was too burdensome. The houses were in extremely bad conditions. Basically, there were no longer any foundations left. Most of the bearing walls had collapsed or were ruined. Roofs and floors were in ruins. Some of them were completely destroyed.
Dovendo riparare un corpo ferito, straziato, sì, la prima cosa mi interesso del cuore, ma mentre mi interesso del cuore penso anche alla caviglia, le caviglie che devono sostenere. Poi, cioè il mio andare da un luogo all'altro per riconfigurare lo spirito e l'unanimità del paese è stato innanzitutto averlo identificato, quindi aver colto la sua specifica fisionomia e poi immediatamente intervenire nei suoi organi più importanti, di rilievo, quindi la casa la piazzetta centrale, subito le due arterie principali che potevano entrare ed uscire, poi i luoghi dove si accattivava meglio l'incontro, i piccoli punti di belvedere,